Hello lovelies, how would you like to look luxurious and put together even on the coldest, laziest days? In today's video, I'm sharing exactly how to do that with styling techniques, different swaps that you can do for comfort, and what to look for when you're shopping to put together these pieces for your wardrobe. I happen to live in one of the coldest, cloudiest cities in the country, in upstate New York, and work from home, so I'm very familiar with the feeling of just wanting to stay in your pajamas all day and calling it a day. However, it's so important to get dressed every day that are not only going to make you look fantastic, but will really start to build confidence, and over time, you will look forward to getting dressed because it's arguably a necessary way to implement self-care for yourself so that you feel beautiful and confident, because if you feel confident, you can do anything. I'm Ziba and I'm so happy you're here. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a video on all the styling tips and tricks that you need for 2026. The first styling hack for looking luxurious and expensive on a cold, lazy day is to choose the hero piece of a statement sweater. We've covered this before in my how to wear sweaters with everything this season, so make sure to head there after this video. And what this means is selecting a knit that is really trendy in 2026, which is a very present sweater, something that takes your breath away and really becomes the entire outfit. I love this because everything else can be really subtle in your outfit, can really let this piece shine. And what we're looking for more than anything is interest. This comes by the way of texture, which is really easy to achieve with great quality and the right materials like cashmere, wool. Secondly, choosing a fun pattern like the sweater that I'm wearing here. This has been one of my most worn of the past few weeks. I've worn it on repeat. I get so many compliments. It's such a fun Argyle sweater that is also a huge trend for 2026. And more importantly, it's got really lovely texture and detail that doesn't need much. So I can easily wear this sweater with leggings, knee-high boots, or even moon boots if it calls for a very snowy day, and be more than halfway there. You not only want to choose knits that are versatile, such as this, but also that are comfortable, not itchy, and you're not aware that you're wearing them, much like everything else that I'm going to show you in this video. You want to have it feel as an extension of yourself so that you kind of get tricked into looking put together, because that's the whole key. If you're feeling like you're not comfortable, then it's going to show up, and forget lazy or cold or whatever day it might be. You're never going to look luxurious or expensive if you're uncomfortable. So this is a key part of all of the styling techniques that we're talking about here. There's a couple of other sweaters that I have really enjoyed wearing and styling. One of them is a V-neck by Quince that is really great on its own, just to show off your jewelry or to layer in with a white t-shirt. I love this sweater so much. The other one is also a fantastic knit by Fabrique. That's a more kind of a modern artsy Fair Isle sweater. I get so many compliments on every time that I wear it. I've worn it in many different ways, including with a denim skirt, also jeans, a pleated skirt. I have also worn this a lot. In times like these, you will really appreciate those pieces that feel really good. Two of which are by today's sponsor, Fabrique, which I am so excited to be partnering with again. I've been working with them for a couple of years, and these are pieces that I reach for time and time again. And every time that I do, I get compliments from fellow fashion creators, from my mom friends, my family. And don't miss out on up to 50% off the Fabrique sale going on through January 18th. You can stack up even more savings using my code HIZIBA10 for 10% off, and also HIZIBA20 for $20 off these luscious bags, which we'll talk about in a bit. They're feel-good pieces that are luxuriously made by world-class designers that have worked in places like Miu Miu, Dior, Alexander McQueen. I mean, the roster of this company is incredible. For example, the designer of this Cassie Argyle sweater is T. Shaknashvili, who worked for Alberta Ferretti, and she's renowned for mixing in multicultural elements, and her designs have graced the runways worldwide. You can see their craftsmanship through and through, no matter what bottoms you wear it with. Now let's talk about what bottoms to wear to look as elegant as possible. As I mentioned, a knit like this, even elevate fashion leggings. I really love Spanx leggings, which hold you in really well, as well as the Quince Italian wool trousers that are so comfortable, and they are great in many different kinds of temperatures. I recently wore this on a trip from Florida to New York in the middle of winter and was pretty comfortable throughout in both places, so that says a lot. They're also really easy to wear with loafers, sneakers. They don't drag on the ground, or you can even tuck them into boot. They are that versatile. On the other hand, a comfortable pair of jeans that feels really good to wear, that you look forward to putting on, the kind of jeans that you wear at home. For me, these have become the Quince Barrel jeans that are uncommonly comfortable. I'm definitely not the type of person that just sits at home in jeans, and I don't even notice that I'm wearing them. They are that good. On the other hand, another great alternative to pants to wear on these cold, lazy days is a tartan skirt. These have been so trendy this year. I have not been able to resist wearing them many days out of the week. They call for a more dressy occasion. I love layering thermal tights underneath. And if you haven't checked out my video on the do's and don'ts of styling tights this season, make sure to check that out, especially if you live in colder climates where tights are a non-negotiable. So wearing these tights underneath a skirt like this is a really turnkey way to feel really comfortable, because it's nice and flowy, it's longer. The footwear is a lot more forgiving with a midi skirt like this. And this particular tartan skirt is a British classic and a modern take on heritage plaid. Even though I have a couple of other plaid skirts already, what drew me to this skirt was the cut and the design of how it falls. There's something like kind of that swirls around, and it just has a very unique fit that you can just instantly see the craftsmanship and the quality, as well as the luxurious aspect of this piece. It's just as easy to wear with a knit such as this one, a turtleneck, and then as it starts to kind of warm up a little bit in the spring, wearing it with a t-shirt will also look really effortless and chic. In terms of the footwear to wear with this type of skirt, I really gravitate towards the flat knee-high riding boots that are really comfortable. My pick for these are the Cezanne ones that I share here very often. They just lend themselves really well for the aesthetic and keep me really comfortable while also warm as well. Another unexpected and also fantastic way to wear this skirt is with this beautiful, very runway inspired top that I couldn't resist. Once I saw it, I just knew it had to be mine. I just thought, this looks so elegant. I know Fabrique's quality. I knew it was going to be really comfortable. This is the Edith Sculpted Look gathering top in merino wool. It's got a diagonal neckline that kind of has that off-duty model look that I was after. It just felt very 90s to me, and I've been into a huge 90s mood, even though the 80s are what's trending this year, kind of like a decade ahead. This not only looks superb, but it's also insanely comfortable, very breathable, a great layer, and the wool keeps you warm. It's great when you don't want to wear like something very chunky like this, like the statement type of sweaters that we talked about in number one. Just want like a lighter top that's form-fitting and just has a different vibe than just like kind of wearing your sweater that you're wearing every day. So this top is very special because of that. It looks just as beautiful with the skirt as it does with pleated skirt or denim. It's very easy to dress up and down. Before we get to one of my favorite topics, which is outerwear, I'm a coat fanatic. Let's talk about the secret weapon in all of this. It's choosing the right bag. And I am so excited to share 2 bags by Fabrique that are iconic. I've been wearing them so much. If you check out some of my styling vlogs on what I wore in a week, it's proof. The proof is all there. I've loved wearing these because they are so ergonomic. Like, you just like not inconvenienced by them, but yet they are so beautiful. The first bag that I'll show you is the Duomo mini hobo bag. They also have a larger version of this. I just thought that this was perfect to carry most of my essentials. It gets the name, in case you guessed it, Duomo, from Milan's Gothic cathedral spires. And having been there a couple of years ago, I can attest this does it justice. It's also insane and makes you look very expensive no matter what you're wearing, is that these are 18 karat gold. So there's no corners cut here. There's 3 ways to wear it. You can wear it as a hand carry, shoulder bag, or crossbody. And there's a really comforting magnetic closure that is very secure. A little pocket here that also has a magnetic closure when you just want to put like maybe cash or your ID in here. To show you what fits in it, this is my wallet, my little book of white lies, aka my planner, my sunnies, lip gloss, and there's still a ton of room left. A hair tie, an extra top. I don't know why I would want an extra top, but just to show you. And it easily closes. adding gorgeous texture like this, especially in this classic color. They also have like a dark chocolate brown that is beautiful. Over the last year, I have come across quite a few suede bags, let me tell you. And there's something about the way this suede is made that takes it to the next level. It's full grain leather. It was dyed twice in an eco-friendly fashion. It has like a velvet-like quality. Likewise is the Monty bag, which takes its name from Rome's oldest quarter. And it's probably the one I've worn the most. Even though it's lightweight, it creates quite a bit of drama. I've gotten so many compliments on it, even from like fashionable friends. They're like, wait, what is this exactly? Which also has 18 karat gold features. It really shows. Like, I don't know why more luxury bags aren't made like this. And let me show you all the fun features. First of all, it's got this little securing strap here that holds the straps together, which is amazing because it drives me crazy when you can't get it together. It's also got the little stands here, which is such an indication of quality. When bags have the steel studs here so that the bottom of the bag doesn't get damaged. This holds so much. Wallet, makeup, flyers, my sunglasses, lip glosses of all sorts, and got this secret zipper compartment in here for extra security. And also for those of you that are risk averse, a zipper that doesn't let anything go through. This is great for that. Now for the ultimate finishing touch, we have to talk about outerwear. And this is where I get really excited because I maintain that outerwear, much like shoes, set the tone for the occasion. They can also really hack your look for the day, especially if you're cheating underneath. Like if you're wearing a very basic outfit, sometimes an outfit that's really lacking in any type of intention, the right outerwear can just erase all of that. And there's a couple that I want to show you. The first is the Carla reversible scarf short fur coat in merino wool and faux suede that I have worn on repeat like most days this winter. It is so warm and cozy. It looks so elegant, and I have options when I wear it. But before I show you the beautiful inside, let's talk about one of my favorite quality indicators. The buttons are everything, so thoughtfully made, well sewn on, such a statement in and of itself. And then the reversible ones, just the same. You not only get two very distinct looks with this coat, but it also comes with a detachable scarf that you can wear with other outfits, not necessarily with this coat. And adding it to this coat looks extremely elegant. I love the way it looks, and it also looks incredible just on its own. This also has a tie waist, which I love doing. I love cinching the waist, especially when you have a relatively shapeless outfit, especially in the winter. It's a great way to draw attention to the waist, and anytime you can do that with your coats, you're gonna just look really elevated. Let me show you the reverse side. Again, suede isn't going anywhere this year. Great to kind of pull together, especially you want like a cozier feeling inside. Look at this, very posh. Like, can wear this with anything and look amazing. So kind of having that drama and that fabric and texture is gonna just really help elevate your look. Really going for a complete hideout. You wanna do a maxi wool coat, and I have the perfect one. This is the Theo in Midnight Blue. When I first saw it on their website, it was love at first sight. I just think it looks so regal. The color is so different. See a sea of gray and black coats. So I have this really gorgeous midnight blue color. Just really makes you stand out. It's also double facing wool, so when the coat opens, it looks really luxurious as well. Having the inside be as beautiful as the outside is also, much like the buttons, a wonderful indicator of quality as well. And in case you can't tell with the elegance, the designer of this coat, Manu Santos, is a Kate alumni. Also worked for Marc Jacobs and Reformation. And the other thing that really makes a difference is choosing a coat that has a high neck. This is really trendy this season. It's not only elegant, but it's really functional as well. If you don't want to carry around an extra scarf, or you just don't want to deal with a removable scarf, having a high neck is really going to help with the function, just the overall elegance of the look. So taking these elements and making them your own to create a very comfortable and luxurious outfit on your laziest day is going to help you look expensive and polished and give you confidence. For styling mistakes that are aging you in 2026, check this video out. I'll see you there. And if you learned something today, make sure to hit the subscribe button.